All right, welcome back. As many of you may know, I've been spending a lot more time on the show reminding people that when it seems like all hope is lost, when you're in a dark place and it's desolate and you think there's no way out, there's always a sliver of light. Okay, keep that in mind. And if you think about the whole yin-yang symbol, you got that S down the middle and you got an all white side with a little black dot. And then you got an all black side with a little white dot. And that's to remind you that even when you're in the black, there's always light. And even when you're in the light, there's a black that you have to keep your eye on. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now, I have great faith in our Creator. Okay? And I know that if I believe in God's plan, that I'm always in good hands because we all want to end up at the big penthouse in the sky, i.e. heaven. But more importantly, I also subscribe to other ways of preparing myself psychologically, and one of them is the laws of attraction, okay? And it's the power of positivity, the power of positive thought. So if you're going to sit there and you're a big Trump supporter and you love Trump's economy and your small business was killing it because of Trump and your taxes are lower so you had more money and you got a new Mercedes and you were just loving this. We're riding the Trump magic carpet like this, right? And now you're sitting there at the kitchen table with your friends saying, it was good while it lasted, but we lost. It's over. The mainstream media keeps telling me it's over, so it must be over. I mean, I don't know. You're actually, by throwing all that negativity in the universe, you're actually making the universe move in the direction of your worst fears coming true. So right now, Trump's still president. So let me take you back to the original analogy I gave you. Think about the yin and yang sign, okay? And Trump's still president. Trump's tax cuts are still in place. Trump's still in the White House. Melania decorated the White House for Christmas, like minted out, like as beautiful as ever. So right now, believe it or not, while everybody's already jumping into the other side of the yin-yang, into the darkest, deepest places, we're still in the white. Now, do we have to be smart and realize that the worst case scenario, the black swan as they call it, may happen? Yes, that's the little dot of black. And you know what? When you're in the white and you're in the light and you're grabbing it and you're sucking it in and you believe in the positivity and you know I'm going to work hard every day to get to the positivity I want, that black gets a little smaller. And in the same token, okay? And there's a lot of people saying, JT, I'm just so down on this, man. I'm actually depressed about it. I can't handle it. Those people are standing right in the middle of the darkness, okay? And just a little JT tip of the day, okay? I've been in the darkest of darknesses, okay? But I've conditioned my mind over the years to know that I'm strong. My parents told me to every day put my nose to the grindstone and work as hard as you could. Love thy neighbor. Fight for your community. Fight for your family. So even when I'm in the darkest of places, what I do is I take those little things like my faith and my family and my freedom. That's the little white thing. And I stare at that. And when I want to get down about, oh, this is happening, that is happening, this deal didn't go the way I wanted it to go, you know what I do? I keep pounding in on focusing on how I can strengthen the positives I had instead of just sitting there like a Mama Luke, like, everything's going wrong, I can't do this anymore. As soon as you do that, you're done. The light goes out. And you could be searching around for a month over there for a little sliver of light, and you ain't going to find it because you ain't looking for it. Okay? So, sorry for a little rant there. Now, when you want to talk about positivity, okay, on election night, we were all watching, wow, this is amazing. Trump's winning it all. Okay, boom, he's up by 400,000 in Pennsylvania. He's up by 800,000 in Michigan, all over the place. And then all of a sudden they said, hold on, hold everything. Let's stop the presses. Let's stop counting. And then all the chicanery began, okay? But watch what was going on election night. Listen to what President Trump had to say about what was going on in the White House at 10 p.m. on election night.
What happened, if you watched the election, I was called by the biggest people saying, congratulations, political people. Congratulations, sir. You just won the election. It was 10 o'clock, and you looked at the numbers, and I'm sure you felt that way. This election was over, and then they did dumps. They call them dumps, big, massive dumps in Michigan and Pennsylvania and all over. If you take
So you hear what the president's saying there, right? The president's saying that on election night, leaders of other countries around the world were calling him and congratulating him for a win. So you start thinking, well, of course he's going to be positive. The leader of Ireland just called, the leader of Australia, the leader of New Zealand, they all calling and congratulating him. Little did they know that the evil forces of the socialists on the left were going to work. You know, the freaks come out at night. And take a look at this. If you were paying attention on election night, okay, CNN actually did something really strange. This can't happen other than if they don't want to tell you the truth. Take a look at this.
Would push, and again, if you come at this from a Republican perspective, I did Joe Biden's math to get him up. Donald Trump's leading here. He's leading here. He's leading here. We expect him to win here. That's his. This one's interesting. We expect him to get this. And these normally would be Trump states out here. And Alaska. So, again, we're open to being surprised. But if it plays out in a traditional map, that's where we're going to be. That's where we'll be as we go to the West Coast, somewhere in that ballpark. This is not an exact science, but somewhere in that ballpark looking.
So funny thing happened on the way to the forum. CNN is showing live result totals, and right before your very eyes, you can go back later and take it and screenshot the two things. CNN actually by accident showed Donald Trump's votes go down by almost 20,000 votes. So wait a minute. We're counting votes. How do they go down? I can see Joe Biden's going up by an exorbitant amount of numbers, but Donald Trump's can't go down. Did somebody send in 20,000 negative ballots? Did they say, no, I just called in. Hello? I want to cancel my vote. Can you minus it from Donald Trump and give it to Joe Biden? It can't happen, folks. And that's not me doing some tricky movie genius or some television editing or something. That's footage from CNN on election night, and you just watched, I think, what'd they say? About 20,000 votes disappeared. They were minused from Donald Trump in the middle of a live telecast. So, little snippets here and there of factual information that you need to be armed with to know this thing ain't over. Keep the faith. Focus on the light. I'll do the same. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more Stop the Steal right after this.